Hey, how's it going, everyone? Hold on, trying to get this to where be more light. Can't seem to do so for some reason. I guess I need to turn on some more light or something. All right, all right, let's get it. I wanted to discuss some things, couple couple points that I wanted to, you know, talk about, get views on, and just put my opinion on it. All right, the first one is I want to look at views and how much importance we tend to place on viewpoints in our lives. What I'm trying to get at here is how some tend to, just base how they go about or how they live their life based around certain views, whether shared by someone else or whether they heard from another source other than themselves. The second point I wanted to talk about was sometimes we put another viewpoint than our own before ours. This has a lot to do with the first point that I just tried to put out there. You know, I kind of think it a little bit, amusing, funny to a certain extent how someone can go about living their life based on what someone else thinks, and that person can adopt these ideas based on that viewpoint. Adopt those viewpoints. Adopt the ideas found in another's viewpoint. And just put it before their own viewpoints. I think this is a little bit ridiculous, to be honest. Third, third point is nothing is wrong with doing so in itself, but I think that viewpoints can contain many aspects and can even be able to go off on in tangents that might seem rather convincing. All right, what I'm trying to say here is that the whole thing about people adopting a viewpoint other than their own, and how I'll look at it to be sort of unwise or something that wouldn't even make sense to those like me, you know, and just how the fact that someone who creates a viewpoint can and tries to share a viewpoint might put a lot of time into crafting this viewpoint in order to sway people's opinions in the direction of their own viewpoint as factual. And the fact that it's just ridiculous to a certain extent how someone could adopt a viewpoint while they know that people could put a lot of work into it, and that it could even end up being to the point where it could end up being really convincing for their own benefit, or their own motives. Fourth point I want to make is is what I'm trying to say is that others can get us to believe in what they're saying with what is viewed as factual information. Um, this is the big point. Um, People can go to a lot of sources and stuff like that to to make to form a viewpoint or a certain belief, you know. And then, while I'm not saying you should just not listen to what any outside viewpoint, uh, is that people view things people view things as true to them, or they might have their own motives, and collect information from various sources. And the fact that this information is actually out there, you know what I'm saying? And they might just pick and choose what they want to into their put into their views that they have for themselves, and you just be like a fool to just go ahead and just adopt whatever is found in this person's or in this group's views, you know, and just take it as your own, while knowing that they might have other motives that, you know, cannot be the best have your best interests at heart. The fifth point is I also want to touch on race issues. Race issues are coming to a head, and to an ugly head at that. It's just very, just fucked up to a certain extent. The modern world we're living in, you know, and all the fighting that results from one's viewing things on race in a certain way. You know, one race has this belief, another race has that belief, and they might conflict, you know. And I'm finding a lot of that happening nowadays. And it's becoming worse and worse. It's becoming it's becoming more real, you know. I just believe that it's, I don't know if it's stupid, because I wasn't here when races started appearing. I don't know if races were, it was all this way, it was all one way with race or whatever, you know. So y'all have to figure out what y'all doing with that, because I'm not with this race shit, you know what I'm saying? I think some people are getting to become really nasty and unpleasant to behold from my standpoint. The sixth thing I wanted to say is it's beginning to appear as if certain things can't come to pass in the current setup of the races. All right. For how things are right now, you know, there's certain things that one race can't do, and there's certain things that another race can't do. For example, especially Caucasians, they aren't allowed to say the word nigga, you know. So that's just showing you, trying to show you what I mean by certain races not being able to do certain things. And what I was saying when I stated the point that it's beginning to appear as if certain things can't come to pass in the current setup of the races. You know, one race can't do this, one race can't do that, and I'm just trying to put it out there that certain things don't look like they're gonna be able to ever happen with the current setup of races. All right, this is my final point. I'm not sure if race issues can be resolved, but clearly there are realities that seem to be working against resolution. You know, the the equality of associated with race, or the inequality that's associated with race. You know, seems as if it's gonna be there. Did I say inequality or equality? I believe I said inequality. And then if the inequality of race is still around, then how could interaction between races in a certain way ever be a reality if there is lines, you know, and if there's just certain lines that can't be crossed and stuff like that have to do with race. If there's certain lines that exist around race, like how or certain, we were just saying that these things might never come to pass, or things are going to be working against them coming to pass. All right, with the current setup of the races. All right, well, I want to hear your views on what I was talking about in the video, and you can subscribe if you want to, because I put up content. I wouldn't say super regularly, but I do put videos up and other little games, so if you want to, I'm saying I'm not against it, but you can comment or do whatever, whatever you feel like on this video. I have no problem with anyone saying something to me or giving me a thumbs up or a thumbs down or whatever, that's what I call feedback. And based on how things are from an ego perspective, that would definitely help me to have a better understanding as far as my ego is concerned. All right, so peace and and life is what I have to what I'm trying to fuck with. So what I'm saying, y'all have a nice day, and feel free to interact with me on the platform that videos on, or any other platform that you so desire. So y'all have a nice day.